Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity, episode 13, AstralGames Day 154. Some might say that it being episode 13 is not a good sign, since that is not the luckiest of numbers, but I say we're making good progress. We're exploring, what's the place's name? Twin Elms. And we're chasing after Talos and all that good stuff. And it seems we have some stories to read once again with a few people here. Alright, let's read the story of Vincenza Gulspark. You see a child, a heavy chain running from her wrist to the wall, scrubbing at a kitchen tile with deliberate slowness. The stain is dark and heavy, but she scrubs for hours, failing to notice the passage of time, failing to greet the moon as it rises. Her small face is hard and dry as she scrubs. When she is done, the kitchen is raw and fresh, ready for a new day, but she is not done yet. Trembling, she approaches the body in the corner. The whites of her eyes grow ever larger as she reaches into a pocket, grasping for freedom and finding it in the form of a key. She does not notice the blood smeared on her blouse, or the stares of the townspeople as she runs towards the shoreline and the docks in the distance. Someone fought for her freedom there. Elancien Aldaren. You see a band of elves tread warily through the undergrowth. Hands tight on weapons, eyes locked on the forest floor. They move silently, fluidly, a team practiced in the art of the hunt. A distant thud sends the birds panicking into the sky, and the group changes course towards the source of the sound. In the lead, a tightly strung bowman scouts, so alert he trembles. Vaulting over an exposed root, he holds a hand in the air, and the group pauses, taking cover behind time-gnarled trunks. There's a moment of stillness before the forest itself rises up to greet them. The creature is enormous, twice the size of any elf, and its endless seeing arms of vine snap towards its assailants, snatching at ankles, arms, and legs. One elf goes down and is thrown into one of the trees with a rending crack. Another slips, jumping to avoid the snake-like vines, and before he can react, a vine is around his waist. The air is blurred with arrows as the lead bowman lets loose, giving his companions time to recover. An unearthly howl sounds as the rapier slices through one of the creature's arms, incapacitating it momentarily. Taking his chance, the bowman switches arrows, lighting the wet shafts with slick blue fire. The monstrous mass of vines screeches as the flame take their toll, lashing out at any and all who come near. Two elves lie unconscious on the ground, another dead, an enormous dent in his skull. The creature falls, finally, but there are no cheers, no celebration. The group is somber as they collect their dead and wounded. Well, good thing that thing is dead. One would assume. Clorn Taliesin. You see an Orlan man crouching over a half-drawn map, intently shading line by careful line. The notes he works from smell of salt and sea, water-smudged scribbles bracing a mess of illustrations and measurements. He finishes each stroke with precision before moving on to the next. Slow, deliberate. Nothing out of place. A bell tolls slightly in the distance and he pauses. Replacing the quill with a dagger, he slides into his belt. Opening the door into his shop, he assumes a smile and engages his customer, an older dwarf with grey-stained beard. The dwarf inquires about a few items, trying on a few pieces of armor, a pair of bracers, but nothing seems to garner his interest. With a harumph, the dwarf leaves, a little too hurried, a little too nervous. The shopkeep grunts, taking a crossbow down from the wall and locking the door behind him. Beneath the tolling bell, the impact of the crossbow bolt barely makes a sound as it stops the thief in its tracks. The shopkeep strolls over to the wailing man, unconcerned as he rifles through his pockets. A potion there, a pouch of silver coins, several scrolls. He had done well. just not well enough. That's a shopkeep you don't want to mess with.
Builder's wisdom to you.
This tall woman is clad in furred hides. She settles a sharp, dark-eyed gaze on you. I hold here the best hides in Iron Glanfath. Hides so thick the Stelgar cannot claw through. Boots so subtle they will smother the sound of your steps. May I see your wares? Then here, look upon the bounty our hunters have provided us. Does that bounty come with... Nope. That bounty does not come with camping supplies, so no interest. No thanks. Darren?
Many blessings, traveler.
This thick-framed woman smiles broadly as you approach. Ah, I see that you heard it. A good blade has a voice, and it sings to its wielder. What weapon called you forward? Let me see your wares. Do you have camping supplies? No, but you do have yellow items. DR. Recovery speed, minus 45, exceptional. Alright, that lost meadow mail looks good. And it's not that expensive either. I'll take it. Star Caller. Oh. You're the one-handed flail guy. Damage the same, exceptional. Grace is converted to hits. Attack and stun on crits. Ah, but the damage restored on endurance though. That's so good. I like it. Unique club one-handed. Unique hammer one-handed. Superb. Wow. When attacking the same target as an ally, and endurance on hit. I think you're going for this one, man. Yeah, it's less damage, but you know, it gives health on hit, which is nice. Or endurance. Keeps you healthy. Perfect.
Hail, Estremor.
See what you have. Food and fruit. Oh, camping supplies. Yes. Yes. That's what we need. Excellent. Thank you. Alari?
Estremor.
An old elven woman clothed in thick robes beckons as you approach. Welcome, foreigner, welcome! Her forearms, splotched by green and blue stains, wiggle out of her hanging sleeves like caterpillars out of ripe fruits. I've got what you seek, always, come see! Between bows and smiles, she points to a little girl beside the herbalist store. We're here to help you, foreigner, yes we are. The Fisher Crane tribe serves you people. Unguents, potions, tinctures. She makes a sprawling gesture at the collection of pots, bottles and herbs that lie behind her. If you seek it, I have it. Of course, foreigner, of course. Of course, foreigner, of course. I didn't even do this potion stuff, so... You're all only the apprentice.
What brings you here?
You have the look of a hunter, Estremor. Derwin's weapons may protect the man who seeks out misfortune, but my supplies will help you survive out in the wilds. Does that mean more camping? Oh, can only carry one more, but I'll take it. Unique quarterstaff. I don't do quarterstaff, right? Oh, hold on. I think the Rose of Salt Hollow is better. Yeah, definitely. That damage restored as a cure or as endurance is so good. Pistol with more damage, exceptional accuracy, damage, DR bypass. It's more attack speed though. Nah, it's only just. Oh, the blunderbuss two-handed. That's your thing. Whoa, more damage, way more damage on the pistol here. 10 accuracy when granted. Yeah, I still think yours is better. How is yours compared to this one? Alright, this is just more damage. DR bypass, blah blah blah. I think it doesn't matter much with this one. With this one, that's way more damage. Exceptional accuracy damage. Plus to crit instead of minus to crit. Not damaging though, so. But that's 30%. This is way more damage. Dulcanil thing. It's also really expensive. Can't even pay for it. Never mind then. Alright. You get this instead of Raven Wing. You get this instead of this one. Move speed, deflection against ranged attacks. DR10 though. DR12 is better, I guess. Oh, here you go. Upgrade. Because this is a regular old thing. Perfect! We've upgraded our equipment. We've talked to all the people. Let's not steal from them. Let's go! Alright, so that was the marketplace. Only one of the many places we can visit. On to the Glenfathen home we can enter. Maybe there's something inside there that's of interest. More tribes people we can just talk to, we can skip those. We can try and steal a protector. Let's not harass the protector by us trying to steal things. We can only steal things. We are inside now. The dried herbs crunch between your fingers, giving off a sweet floral aroma. Spread across the lumpy pallet of straw, the hide blankets are surprisingly soft. Hey, Nicro, how are you doing, man? How are things? How are things in Nicro world? Alright. The other Glenfathen home. It's interesting that they just let us enter like that. The pedestal shadow creeps around the days. Ooh, is that a sundial sort of thing? Doing good? Nice, nice. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Just got Garden Warfare 2 today and looks cool. Ah, to be fair, I haven't really looked into that game much, so I wouldn't know. Seeds and husks have scattered around the floor. The edge of the shelf is daubed with bird lime.
Builder's wisdom to you.
Welcome to my home, AstralGames. I am Lianzi, healer and guide. What brings you here? I like your songbird. Does it have a name? Well, he does. She blushes. But I ought not to have let my friend's daughter name him. The name is long and rather silly. The short version is Bika. Me 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 me. She rolls her eyes and smiles. The next bird I will have named after an Anamtha. Tell me about yourself. The locals have called me a wise woman. A term of respect, I'm sure, but it makes me feel my years. I'm a herbalist and healer, and I spend most of my time caring for the ill, helping with the delivery of children and making remedies for those in pain. I see. A very honorable profession. I'm sure people appreciate you doing it. Ooh, there's another Glenfathen home we can enter. Unannounced. Let's do some more raiding of the houses. Like, yeah, we're just walking around, going into people's houses without their permission. Because we're the heroes, mother trucker. Oh! Unlocking this will require the proper key. Well, into the 6 tribes or whatever the place is called it is. That's just a warrior. Alright. Oh! Bam! 60 XP. Look at all that 60 XP. The tree tusk Stelgar. Keepers, compass, cranes, Stelgar, arrows and brambles. In this hall, all 6 Glenfathen tribes come... Oh. Twice split arrows. Ah, that's probably the name of all those tribes.
Estramore?
Yes, I listen, foreigner. What are you talking about? News from beyond, east of the Great River, the Direwood. Fires have returned to the foreigner cities, we've heard. Defiance Bay, its waters run foul and dense with the stench of corpses. Not even the recent floods could wash away the stain of corruption. A dying prey. Some see it as such among us, a chance to strike. Others not so. Only a council of the Anfatha can decide what the 6 tribes must do as one. Tell me about your council. Anfatha tribes. Oh, Anfatha leader tribes, 1 for each. They speak with the spirit of our peoples and act in our name, with our will. A council of Anfatha means the tribes commune as one. So watch some I assume this is anime, and then start gun warfare. Oh, nice, nice. Any particular anime you have in mind? Not that I'm the expert, but... But no common will is found. Just now, when the Direwood ails like a wounded beast, only 2 Anamfatha currently shelter within Twin Elms, while the rest attend to their tribes. They must return. Too far, too consumed with duties. The Anamfatha will not gather soon. Another season at least. We wait until then. Tell me about this building. The hearth of all Glenfathens, the 6 tribes. We honor our people here in this passage. Offerings are made, symbols of respect to each tribe. This is the house of our ancestors and our peoples at once. The Anamfatha, when all of them are present in Twin Elms, form a council at the end of the passage. From there, our history moves on. Let's hope they won't invade our lands whilst we're here. Crows. Crows. You see a small murder of crows gathered on the dirt path that cuts through some dry farmland. They follow this Orlan, who is slowly making his way down the path. They sometimes hop, sometimes fly, gliding after him, but always staying behind. Occasionally one will alight briefly on his shoulder, only to quickly take to wing again and rejoin its kin. As he nears a small village, a crow lands on his shoulder and begins cawing excitedly. The Orlan smiles and nods as if agreeing. He takes a small crumb of bread from his pocket in his cloak and gives it to the crow, who grabs it in his beak and smalls a fly distance away to eat its prize in peace. Small children, drawn by the noise made by the crow, rush out to see who the approaching stranger could be. When he has sufficient audience, the Orlan lifts both arms at his side and, as if they have been trained, the crows flock to him, landing on his hands and arms. They rock, cawing almost in unison as he stands there, quietly humming a lively tune. He looks at the children and begins to tell them strange facts. He tells them of the different caws a crow can make, and what they mean. He tells them of the pecking order, of crow kings and queens long past and the times of their reigns. He does this for some time, all the while with his arms bearing the weight of half a dozen crows. At length his arms seem to tire, and he drops them again, and the crows take flight, spiraling up over his head and then glide off in all directions, a black feathery tornado dissipating in the fading daylight. The children's delighted screams echo down the road as they run back toward town. The Orlan stands alone on the road, watching his crows disappear in the distance. Interesting. A crow performer. The Keepers of the Stone. The Guided Compass. Ooh. Please not the Golden Compass. That was not such a good movie. Alright. More experience. Unfather Council. Oh god.
Wait. I don't know if I should go through with this. Make the trade deal with the Anamenfath.
If a Valiant deal with the Glanfadens weakens the Deerwood, it could mean war for the Republics in the future.
What other options do you have?
I could put the idea in the Anamenfath's head that the Republics are not interested in exclusive trade, but limited trade of goods that they do not already trade with the Deerwoodens.
It's the right thing to do. The Deerwoodens are at the mercy of the Republics and they don't even know it. Your actions today can prevent further suffering. Follow your heart, Pelagina. You alone know what must be done. If you do that, I doubt the ducks will be forgiving. Consider your options carefully, Pelagina. The ramifications for yourself and these nations could be great. That's a terrible idea, and the ducks will eject you from the Brotherhood if you go through with it. Stop and think for a minute. Well, I'm not the politics guy. That's Pelagina here, so follow your heart, Pelagina. You alone know what must be done. She nods her head resolutely. I'm not going to interfere in your politics there, miss. You can do it yourself.
Another Estramore. What do you want?
A middle-aged woman stands in the back of the longhouse, an expression of irritation on her narrow features. As you approach, she takes a decisive step towards you. Sagani leans in. Careful, this woman's young for another, looking to prove herself, I think. I'm looking for another who passed through the city.
Few Estramoran are given the freedom of our sacred city. That you ask for this person is suspicious. There are reasons we don't let you Estramoran roam our sacred city. Reasons I am coming to understand.
Has something happened recently? More than I care to think about.
Looters have grown bolder at the sites of the builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. and every week the 3 Tusk Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Suddenly you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. The Anamfath continues to glare at you, but something has stepped out of her skin. It reaches out to you.
Permitting more strangers the freedom of the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful that Anamfath Shimak doesn't sit in the passage of the Six today. He would not be so kind as I.
Oh god. Ferald, a vision of an Orlan man appears near Bethel. Hey, Beware the Rise, what up? How you doing? He has the same green-brown fur and hazel eyes as she does. Help me reason with them, he points behind you. Turning, you see the ghostly shapes of 5 other Anamfatha, another Orlan with tawny fur and a scarred face, a frowning dwarf, a black-furred Orlan, and 2 elves. I have no requirement. Who's that other Orlan? He looks just like you. A scowl seizes her round face. Is this your idea of a joke? Your kind have no sense of subtlety. Spectral Orlan takes another step from her, setting his foot down with a slow, heavy motion. Tendrils of essence strain between them, and it grimaces and leans forward, as if struggling against a gale. The angry Anamenfath winces. War. The spectral Orlan's voice is a rasping croak. They're headed for war. Remind them of Ferald's warning. Does Ferald's warning mean anything to you? Ferald's soul image gasps. Taut threads of essence tug at him, drawing him back into the Anamafa. He looks up at you again. I tried to tell them. The Builder's souls have touched even the Estramorn.
You'd better explain yourself.
The Builder's souls have touched the Estram. I already see my main character standing there, like in front of this woman who's like the big mojo there, and she's standing there like, what are you doing? And my character is standing there like, do you know Fern's warning? The Builder's souls have touched even the Estramorn. But it might be the right thing to do, because that might be the sentence that makes her believe.
There's no way you could have known this saying. Not unless you are a Galus on Anams, a watcher of souls.
Yes, I am a watcher. That explains much.
Ferald's warning came before the Broken Stone War. Ferald, my ancestor on my mother's side, was Anamfath of our tribe then. When the Estramoric farmers defiled the Builder's monuments, Ferald urged the other Anamfatha to patience, but louder, angrier voices prevailed.
She folds her clawed hands in front of her and gazes down at them.
Ferald believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the Builders as we do. He also believed the Builders' souls had spread to all peoples, and that we should avoid needless conflict with others. More practically, he worried that a violent response would only spur further bloodshed across the generations, and you can see where we are today.
After 2 wars with the Direwood, this warning is more relevant than ever. At least you don't have Hollowborn to deal with. Yeah, let's not do that. After 2 wars with the Direwood, this warning is more relevant than ever.
While Ferald's words were shrewd, they were ignored back then. Simply remembering his warning now will not undo the wars and the changes that the years have seen. There is blood on these stones, and that is all anyone remembers now.
And thus you want to go into another war? Learn from your history, people. I guess even in the real world, people don't learn from their history, so there's that. An image of polished Adra cube flashes in your mind. There's writing on the side, but the image is too faint for you to read it. The Anamatha turns away from you and looks at the ground, gnawing a pointed claw. You can't change the past, but your choices now still matter. So give them something else to remember. I don't do the third one. Sounds like you've got your own problems. Let's not. Give them something else to remember. That's definitely what I'm going to say. She looks at you sadly. I'm afraid I already have.
Another Estromor came through here a few days ago and, well, letting him through was a mistake. One I am eager not to repeat. The Guided Compass tribe has a reputation for being too soft with Estromoran. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man who has desecrated our most sacred sites.
That sounds like the man I came here to stop.
I won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar Twin Elms from Estromoran to protect the ancient places that the Builders left behind. The Builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree.
You again see the polished Adara cornerstone in your mind. This time the image is clearer. Each face of the stone is inscribed with a phrase you know by heart. You feel your lips form words. A gift from the builders of civilization to the guardians of their legacy. May the guardians watch the door while the builders keep the key.
These were the words given to the keepers of the stone.
What do they mean? They mean that Farrell's words may indeed be true.
Very well. The city is yours to explore. Tell the guard at the gate that you come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the Guided Compass. If the gods have truly returned one of the builders to us, find the Delimgon of Ter Evron in Elm's Reach. If the gods have sent you here with a purpose, the Delimgon will know.
So now I'm a god and a builder and a watcher and all these titles, man. Jeez. In the meantime, I shall be here to assist you. Party game 1044 experience! Woo! One of my companions, a representative of the Valian Republics, wishes to discuss a trade issue with you. What are the 6 tribes? Let's just first ask that. Glenfathan society is divided into tribes which are further divided into clans. Each tribe is united by a particular history or way of life, and clans are communities of families that live together. In truth, there are more than 6 tribes, but the 6 largest have traditionally led the others. Each of the 6 has a seat here in the Passage of the 6, where we discuss matters of common interest. You saw, for instance, the debate that occurred before the Broken Stone Wall. She gives you a hesitant look. The 6 tribes are the Keepers of the Stone, the Fisher Crane, the 3-Tusked Stelgar, the Stone Bramble, the Twice-Split Arrows, and, of course, the Guided Compass. Who are the Keepers of the Stone? They are the first and oldest of the tribes. Hey, Green Ankh, how you doing? When they first sailed to Aya Glanfath, they met the Builders, who gave them the cornerstone, and those words you quoted as a token of friendship. How are you up there in the cold north? Doing good, doing good. You know, modern civilization, heating, and all that good stuff. No need to fear the cold. I'd like to hear about Fisher Crane. A mostly Orlan tribe from Thane Bog. Most of the sites they guard are half buried into the wetlands, and even other tribes couldn't tell you where they are. She crosses her arms. They are not the most renowned of the tribes, but they are the cleverest and subtlest. Say what you will about the berserkers of the Tree Tusk Stelgar, I'd rather face them than a Fisher Crane ambush squad any day. What do you know of the Tree Tusk Stelgar? She laughs and shakes her head. Same as everybody. They're fearless maniacs and they want everyone to know it. They're considered a wild bunch, even among Glenfathans. Many of the territories have seen the most conflict with the Estromorn, and they don't forget it. They don't want anyone else to, either. Is that a new modern civilization? Modern heating? Never got that tech? Yeah, maybe. Perhaps. That should have been a tech, actually, in the game. They inflicted and bore some of the heaviest casualties in the wars with the Estromorn. In fact, there was a rift with the Three Tusk Stelgar after the War of the Black Trees. Dozens of clans broke away from the ravaged lands and retreated further into the Direwood, joining whichever tribes would take them. Broken tusks, some call them. The majority of the tribe dug into half-burned forests to hold the line, and many respect them for it. Was actually a technology invented by the Romans. So, well, not modern heating, but the actual heating that the modern heating is based off of. As most things in our civilization are based off Roman technology. But so it definitely has a place in civilization timeline. She frowns uneasily. They've more than earned their place among the six, but they advocate more conflict than is wise, and too many others are quick to idolize them for their valor in battle. Tell me about Stone Bramble. Mostly dwarves out of the White Marsh. They are one of the younger tribes, formed over the years by trade routes between the wilds and the mountains. They see themselves as genuinely Clanfathan though, and who can argue with them? Only Fisher Crane defends sites in such inhospitable territory. Personally though, I'd say it's gone to their heads. They like to think the rest of us have it easy in the lowlands, forgetting that the wars with the Estromorn never reached their mountains. Still, they came to our aid during both. They're named for tough little thorny plant that grows up in the mountain. It suits them. I'm not familiar with the Tri-Split Arrow. Not many are. They're traditionally outcasts and exiles from other tribes. Probably the least respected tribe of them all. But our ancestors believe they should have a voice, and so they've got a seat amongst the six. Most of the other tribes see them as scavengers and bottom feeders, but don't say that to a Tri-Split Arrow. They think themselves survivors, and they're as proud of their tribe as anyone else. She shrugs. They'll accept anyone, and I suppose there's virtue in that. You never know what you're getting with them though. Some clans will rob you blind, and others will slaughter a lamb for the honor of your visit. The Guided Compass is your tribe, right? Indeed, we're one of the younger tribes, and not one of the most prestigious. We've tried to keep the peace with the Estromorn, which has earned us the reputation of appeasers among some of our hardline brethren in the Tree Tusk Stelgar and the Keepers of the Stone. We value our heritage as Glenfathans, but we recognize that the Estromorn are here to stay. The way we see it, we can better follow our mandate to protect the places of the builders by making peace with our neighbors. I'd like to ask about another matter. One of my companions, a representative of the Valian Republics, wishes to discuss a trade issue with you. You all turn to gaze towards Pelagina. Yes, the Valian godlike, blessed of Hylia. So they say. Pelagina bristles and quickly spits out a response. The I keep tripping over that word. The Anamanfath's face shows no outward emotion, but her voice betrays annoyance at Pelagina's interruption. And diplomat of the Dark's Bells, I understand you were sent here with trade assurances from your masters. Revered Anamanfath, it is true that I was chosen to convey these assurances, but understand that I was fashioned more for war than etiquette. The Orlan smirks slightly. In these dangerous times, perhaps it is better to send warriors to do diplomats' work. Anamanfath, not that hard. Yeah, Green, it's just all these terminology being thrown at me, you know, like Estramorns and Anamenfaths and all that stuff. And it's being thrown at me at such a high speed that that my tongue sometimes doesn't keep up really. So there's that. Pelagina musters a weak smile. Indeed, Anamenfath. Oh, Anamenfath regarding the exclusive trade agreement. Her voice quavers slightly and her golden eyes dart in your direction. Shrug. It's your trade agreement, guys. I'm not gonna interfere. Pelagina steels herself. The Republic feel it would be in the best long-term interests of all parties if you maintained your traditional good trades with the Direwood. The Anamenfath's long ears pitch forward. A strange turn. What do the Republics want then? Pelagina speaks quite quickly but confidently. Taondra Tarda pearls. The trade will be picking up quickly on them in the Eastern Reach. You will buy them exclusively from us for the next 5 years. In exchange, we will be your exclusive market for Adraban and Karo Golan from the same period. The Anamenfath considers Pelagina's words for several long moments. An interesting proposition, Valian. We will send emissaries south to discuss the details at greater length. Your appearance here speaks well of the Duck's intentions. Revered Anamenfath. Pelagina bows deeply.
That's it. My position in the Brotherhood gone. I can't believe I just made up new trade terms to the Glanfath and Anamenfath. Postinago.
Pelagina, you did the right thing for the Republics, even if the Ducks can't see it from their vantage. You deal with their disapproval later. No sense crying about it now, it's over and done with. You're done with your politics, we need to find Thaos. No. You can deal with it later.
They have a saying in Biajepe. New gold clears even the oldest debts. If I'm right, all will be forgiven. If not, there's nothing I can do about it now.
Maybe not read the intonation grey words, just speak like them. Oh man, my acting skills are worse than my reading skills though. There's a reason I got kicked out of acting, or not gotten through acting school auditions. Anamenfath Bethwell has granted me access to Old Song and Elms Reach districts. She suggested that I speak with the Delimgan sisters in Elms Reach, near a place called Tyre Evron. Quest completed! Woohoo! Another side quest done! Pelagina feels she has been wasting her time with trivial Pelagina changed the terms of the trade agreement the Ducks and the Valian Republics had given her, preventing the Republics from stealing the Glanfathan trade. In doing so, she preserved relations between the Direwood and the Republics, but if the Republics ultimately gain nothing from this deal, Pelagina will lose her position in the Order. Oh well, then you'll just travel. Ah! Lost to bandits. Oh, we lost 61 and we earned 776. Never mind. We need to buy some more protection, I guess. No, we've got prestige. Is the one I don't have a lot of. There you go, a chapel. A chapel will increase our prestige. That should be good. Alright. We're done with the main building. Woo! Yeah! We can now travel the rest of the city. We've explored this part of the city already, except for the one house that we can't enter. The game doesn't allow us.
How is it you Eothasians stay so optimistic? The world has not given your kind much reason to hope.
You get to a certain point and you realize you got two options. You can go mad with grief and tear out all your hair and check yourself into the sanitarium, or you can wait for better days.
Well, feathers in my case. But I understand your point.
I like Adir. Can I just say that? Can I just say that I like Adir? He is a amazing character. Alright, we need to go to Elm's Reach actually, but I want to explore the rest of the town as well. So let's go to Old Song first. Now that we can... Ooh. Lorelei Rosathorn. You see a ragged child, oil lamp in hand, making her way down an alleyway. Mud-encrusted socks on small numb feet push forward, despite the cold. She has eyes only for the barn ahead and the soft hay inside. She fumbles with the lock, hairpin in hand. Despite the cold, she unlocks the door with expert fingers and slips her gaunt frame inside. Somewhere between the closing door and falling to the floor, the lamp slips from her grasp. Flames try the hay tentatively and find it to their liking, reaching faster further. The girl screams. Oh, is this Hearthstone? This is Hearth Song, which is the elven or whatever town in Twin Elms. Or the district, Hearth Song. Outside, a woman whips through the streets, chasing shouts and smoke. Her hands are moving before she sees flames, and from her fingertips erupt 3 near-invisible missiles of force. They shatter the barn door, but fire the lights in company, and roars larger in response. Yeah, the building's on fire, and maybe my daughter's inside. Let's magic missile the door, instead of just kicking in wood that's already half burned, probably. Oh god. Skinning herself in iron, the woman mutters a prayer and pushes forward into the inferno. The fire screeches, starving, and she responds with fury, frost, and hail. She will not be swayed, and the fire is defeated. The child is weak, chest dry and searing with smoke, but alive. The woman carries her out to cheers and applause as molten sweat dribbles down her silver face. Hey, Phil. What's up? How are things in Philland? How are things? Pumpkin. Oh! A tabby cat snaps out of its placid stupor as you approach. It opens its eyes wide, following your every step before trotting to your side to rub against your legs. You have gained an orange tabby cat. They burn patch of wood against wood fire. So when the fire reaches already burned patches, it doesn't have to fuel and dies out. I see. All good. Plenty going on as usual. Yep, I'm just having a day of rest after yesterday. Oh man, that day was hectic as frick. And didn't even have time to come online or do anything of the sort. Yeah, having a resting day from that. And streaming. Using it to stream. You guys play too many fantasy games. It is time for Fallout 4, new Mass Effect. Andromeda, probably yes. Fallout 4. For some reason I can't get into the Fallout series. I've played 1, or tried to play 1, tried to play 1 and 3. Those are the ones that that I tried to play. And it didn't grab me. The Fallout series doesn't grab me. I don't know why. It's not the setting. I know that now because there are post-apocalyptic settings that really grab me. It's just Fallout, man. It's not my thing. Hey, Losefos, welcome. How about Skyrim? I do play Skyrim. Yes, I do play. I haven't streamed it yet, but I do play Skyrim. Not sure if I want to stream it at some point, but perhaps, who knows? I did not play Wasteland, no, but I do have it. Well, my sister has it, and we're in the same apartment, so we do have it in the box, basically. Maybe it's a fit. Maybe. I don't know, Greynak. I haven't really thought about it / figured it out yet, so I have no idea why it's not grabbing me, but post-apocalyptic settings that I do like, of course that would be the next question. I think, does Borderlands count? Because Borderlands is really cool, and it's sort of post-apocalyptic, right? Based on the same sort of style, so there's that setting that I really like. What other post-apocalyptic? Sorry, first time watching. No worry, Los Cephas. What is my main in Pillars? A chanter, I believe, or not a chanter. Yes, a chanter. The one with the phrases and the. That's the one. This is my first time playthrough. I'm still going through it because I don't play the same game like every single time that I cast. I like switch up games every time I cast. Returning to other games, of course, or returning to the same games, but I like have slots and stuff. So that's why it takes me some time to get through this game, really. I'm still going through it. This is my first time playing. We've just reached Twin Elms in the first part of this cast. And yeah. Nice, I made my wife a excellent. Right. Yeah, I like the chanter, but then again, I do like summon-based classes. I think Fallout 4 is good, but it's too shiny. I like the dark Fallout 3. Oh right, they overdid the bloom thing. Chapter 2, I have no idea. It doesn't give you chapters, right? We're oh, what happened? Oh god, come back. We're at the Assassins at Large quest. I have no idea whether that's chapter 2. Like I said, this is a first playthrough. I have absolutely no idea what I'm what's gonna happen or anything. So I didn't even know this game had chapters. It doesn't even tell you. It just tells you main quests, side quests, even smaller side stuff. It doesn't tell you this is the chapter or something. So yeah, there we go. I like taking time with games. Some people just rush the main story. Yeah, me too. But not all games, though. Only if the game really appeals to me, like Baldur's Gate 1, for example, which is one of my favorite games. In my top 3, definitely. I think that's chapter 2. You'll get a cutscene after a certain part. I don't want to ruin it. Yes, please don't, Los Cephas. Thank you for understanding. This is a blind playthrough. This is my very first playthrough. So I have not... I haven't seen nothing of this game past this point, really. So thank you for your understanding. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 1 is the one I completed 100%. Back in the days, I played 7 weeks straight. Obviously with breaks for school and stuff. I didn't abandon school entirely. But basically all I did was play Baldur's Gate and go to school. That's all I did for 7 weeks straight. So that's when I completed the game, really. And yeah. Other than that, you love Baldur's Gate, great games. Yeah. They remade Torment? Wait, what? Planescape Torment? Like that's another freaking awesome one. Like, Planescape Torment and Baldur's Gate are the best games of this type, in my opinion. Oh my god, they remade it. Awesome. Holy shit. Yeah, that might be a purchase for the near future. Although I do still have the original CDs. Yeah, sure, I will permit no save us. There you go. Permit low save us. And with that said, though, for those new of the show, I do take a break every hour. We're now on top of the hour. So before we go talk to Pumpkin here, we'll be taking a break. And or before we read Pumpkin's story, we'll be taking a break. My breaks last about 3 to 4 minutes. And yeah, when I get back, more pillars. So there is that. This is the way I get the music, I believe. So yeah, I will see you guys in a few minutes for more pillars. See you guys in a bit. Oh, hold on. I'll fix it, Los Cephas. I'll fix it, Los Cephas. No worries. And yeah, see you guys in a few minutes.